Hey guys, welcome to Man City Fan TV. This is the FIFA Career Mode series. My name is Kiam and this is episode 15. So if you guys joined us on the last episode, episode 14, you'll know that we had a bit of a mixed bag. Let's just go over to the calendar to review it. On the last episode, we played against Real Madrid in the first leg of the last 16 Champions League tie, and we managed to get a 1-0 victory away in the Bernabeu. So that was a fantastic result. We were actually down to 10 men as well. So do go out and check out episode 14 if you haven't yet watched it. And we played Everton in the Premier League, and that was a different outcome. We actually went down 2-1 at Goodison Park. And then we played West Ham in the Premier League, and we beat West Ham by 3-1. So it was a bit of a mixed bag, but we got that Champions League victory away from home. So let's have a look at the games in today's episode 15. So we're playing Bournemouth in the Premier League. We've got a game against Watford in the Premier League. And then a huge game. The third game of this episode is going to be absolutely huge. Real Madrid come to the Etihad. We have a 1-goal lead. Can we beat Real Madrid and progress in the Champions League? So let's see how we can go. We're going to just take a look at the standings, so the Premier League standings, just to review where we're up to. So you can see there we've got a reasonably good lead. It's 11 points at the moment over Spurs, but Spurs do have 2 games in hand, so it could be reduced to only 5 points. So we had a little bit of a wobble. We lost to Chelsea. We then lost to Everton in the Premier League, but we managed to get back to winning ways by beating West Ham. So hopefully we can maintain that gap and Spurs don't catch us up. So let's just take a look at the squad. I think we may have an injury. So we have an injury to Mendy. Where have we seen that one before? And we're going to replace Mendy with Zinchenko, and that will do for now. And I'll make a few changes in the actual game screen for the next match, I think. So we're away at Bournemouth. Let's go ahead and take care of this first fixture. And I have a feeling, in fact, before I start the game, so I'm not having to pause, let me just go ahead and check my settings, because my controller always seems to change, and that's not where you do your controller settings. Let's do it in the game. Let's do our control in the game. I was in the right screen to begin with. What am I doing? Legacy defending, just how I like it. Everything's okay. I use a weird custom A type default version. It's actually a Pro Evolution version of the controls. I didn't start playing FIFA with the classic controls, so I always have to sort of double check that I've got the correct ones in. And there we go, we're playing against Bournemouth. So it's the first game on this Man City Fan TV FIFA Career Mode episode 15. Hit the like button, guys, hit subscribe and hit that bell notification. If you want to get the videos on a regular basis, you need to hit that bell notification, and that goes for all of the content on the channel. It's not just the FIFA videos. You're going to get everything from Man City Fan TV, all of the matchday stuff, all of the podcasts that we do. We've got all of the match build up, all of the live vlogs as well with Andy. So do go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. So we're going to have to make a couple of changes here. Let's bring Gundogan in on the bench. We will bring in well, we've not really got anyone. We're down to the sort of kids there on the bench. We've got Danilo. Let's bring Danilo in. Kevin De Bruyne looks a little bit tired there, so it's a bit of a makeshift bench. We've got a lot of tired players, but we want to try and keep them fresh, because obviously we've got the big game in the Champions League coming up. So I might even play Gabi Jesus and rest Sterling. I will. Okay, so that's the team for this game. We've got Zinchenko, Laporte, Ake, Walker, Rodri Holding, Bernardo Silva and Foden, with Gabi Jesus on the right, Aguero up front, and Mahrez on the left, and that doesn't work, so just swap Mahrez and Jesus to the opposite sides, and we're good to go. So this is game number 1 on episode 15 in the Man City Fan TV Career Mode series. We are fast approaching the release of FIFA 20, so do look out for our FIFA 20 preview video that will be coming on the channel soon. There's going to be a video that's going to have all of the information about the upcoming features on the new FIFA 20. And obviously when the FIFA 20 game does come out, we will be bringing you lots of content. There's going to be some career mode series, there's going to be Ultimate Team, and we'll also be doing some one-on-ones. I think you might even see a game between myself and Andy, and I will be playing against some of the other subscribers to the channel as well. We can do some one-on-ones and we can put the videos on the channel, all for a laugh. It's just a bit of banter, just for a bit of fun, and it's a little bit of escape from the real world. Let's have a game of FIFA, why not? We all enjoy a game of FIFA, or most of us do. If you're of a certain age, I think you do like a game on the PlayStation. I started playing computers way back. I'm in my 30s now, so I started playing computers on sort of like the Commodore 64. Now that makes me sound pretty old, guys. But there was a computer called the Commodore 64, and you used to have games like Football Manager. It was really basic, but I started playing on that, and then I eventually progressed into my first sort of consoles, which were like Atari game systems, and we had Sega Master System, I think it was, and then we progressed to a Mega Drive, and so on. And here we are, now on PS4. But I remember the very first FIFA game I played. It was like a 3D. I think it must have been in the 90s at some point. It was like a 3D image of the game. It was not the greatest graphics, although at the time when it was released, I thought the graphics were absolutely amazing. But they weren't, let's be honest. So here we go. Bernardo Silva on the edge of the box. Let's stop talking about old FIFA games. We've got a job to do. We've got a league to win. Oh, Foden there stepped onto it. I thought that was the first goal of the game. Stepped onto the ball, hit the shot, but he sort of scuffed it, and the ball was moving away from the post. He was unlucky though. It was pretty close, to be honest. The Stockport Iniesta there nearly got on the score sheet, but it wasn't to be. So we have Spurs hot on our heels in this league now, so we can't afford to drop any points whatsoever. We need to keep the momentum going. We just beat West Ham, so let's keep the momentum up after a couple of dodgy results. Here comes Aguero. We lost the ball there, Aguero. And Zinchenko's lost it in a bad position. And here comes Josh King. He's pretty fast. He's knocked it inside Laporte. Ake. And really, we should have been a goal down there to Bournemouth. That was sloppy defending. Really sloppy defending. Zinchenko with the mistake. Laporte then got turned inside out, and Bournemouth should have taken the lead. So it's those little moments that are costing us at the moment. And to be fair, we have got one or two injuries in the squad as well, but we can't blame the injuries. We've got enough players to be dealing with the likes of Bournemouth. No offence, Bournemouth. That's a good tackle. Nice play. And here we go now. We're on a move. Here comes Foden to Aguero. No, it's gone to Mahrez. Mahrez with a header. He went for a header. He's offside anyway. I don't know why he went for the header. You'd think he would have brought that one down on his chest and gone for a volley. He went for the header, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway. He was offside, probably 3 or 4 yards offside. The flag went up. So 25 minutes on the clock. We're away at Bournemouth in this career mode series on Man City Fan TV. It's a Premier League game. Remember, we've got another Premier League game after this, and then we will be playing against Real Madrid in the second leg of the last 16 Champions League. So can we win the Champions League with Manchester City on FIFA? Let's be honest, we've probably got more chance of doing it on FIFA than we have in real life, because UEFA aren't going to have any of that. Pulls it back. Oh, nearly. Good header by Laporte, wide to Zinchenko. Inside to Rodri. I've been really impressed actually with Rodri in real life. I think he's had a fantastic start to the season for City. He's a Rolls Royce type of player. He just glides around the pitch, seems to find the space. He's always alert as well. He's always on the ball. I don't know what's going on here. Something seems to be happening. Laporte's, it's a red card. They've actually sent Laporte off. I don't know what was going on. Laporte's been sent off. There was absolutely nothing wrong with that. I made a slide tackle. I have to see a replay of that, but really, really iffy decision, and not for the first time in recent weeks on the game. We've had a man sent off. We had Nathan Ake sent off in the first leg of the Champions League, and we've just had Laporte sent off in this Premier League game away at Bournemouth. So I was saying earlier on, we don't want to drop any points because Spurs are on our tail. And we've now got our work out, and here we go. We've left a gap at the back. This is not good at all. And really, really sloppy place. We need to tighten this one up. This is not good at the moment. Ederson saved us there. It was a great save. And Bournemouth really are putting the pressure on against 10-man City. So I think I probably should be making a change to cover the fact that we've had a centre-back sent off. That might be the reason why we're under the cosh. So could Foden win that header? No, he's flicked it wide. That's okay. Here comes Aguero. Oh, Aguero there tried to muscle his way through. Thought had managed to do it. Rodri. So I think at half-time we'll just play around with the formation. Hopefully we can get in still on level pegging. And we are at half-time. We've reached a half-time mark. So it's 0-0 in this very first game on episode 15 on this Man City Fan TV career mode. Let's go ahead and make some changes because there was a huge gap at the back. I probably should have addressed it a little bit earlier, if I'm honest. I was a little bit sort of disrespectful there to Bournemouth. But I'm going to leave that space there because Bernardo Silva can occupy that. Gabi Jesus can be replaced by Mangala. So we've got a back line now at the moment of Zinchenko, Mangala and Nathan Ake. So we're missing Stones, we're missing Laporte, we're missing Mendy. So we've got quite a few injuries. We've got a bit of work to do. It's going to be an uphill battle with injuries. But I'm sure we can do it. So let's get on with the second half. And Aguero to kick the game off. And we're underway. So let's see if we can improve a little bit in this second half. It's not been the greatest performance so far. It's been a little bit sloppy. And potentially, if Spurs win their 2 games in hand, they can narrow the gap to 5 points. But if we drop points again today, I mean, it could be as little as 3 points. But here comes Bernardo Silva with the shot. Oh, a little bit greedy there, Bernardo Silva. Cut inside, probably should have laid the ball back. Keeper was having none of it. Can we step it up a little bit? Aguero into Mahrez. Mahrez. Ooh, Riyad Mahrez there, cut inside. Great shot. And the City boys have started with a little bit more intention, a little bit more fire in the belly in this second half. Hopefully we can pick up a goal and get out of Bournemouth with a 1-0 victory. We just need the points today. It's all about the points. We've got big games coming up. We've got the Real Madrid last 16 second leg in the Champions League. We just want to come out unscathed. Here comes Rodri. Plays it inside. Here comes Foden. Aguero. Oh, it was a poor ball there by Foden. He had the opportunity to play Aguero in, and it wasn't the best pass to him. The Bournemouth defender managed to step in and take that one. And here comes Foden again. Plays it to Rodri. Back to Foden. Foden with a shot. Oh, it was a nice little bit of play on the edge of the box. Foden cut inside, curled the shot, but the keeper just plucked it out of the air. And here comes Foden. Is he in? He is. Phil Foden. Oh, he's missed it. The Stockport Iniesta was in. It looked like his name was going to be in lights. He was going to be the hero. And the finish was absolutely horrendous, if we're being honest. It wasn't the best finish. Sorry, Phil Foden, if you're watching. I know you love Man City Fan TV and you are a subscriber. If you're not, Phil, and you are watching, hit the subscribe button, mate. Hit the like button as well. Hit the bell notification, because I know you like a game of FIFA. Comes Bernardo Silva. And Bournemouth are putting a little bit of pressure on. I don't like this. Ederson again saved us at the near post. They got him behind us. And Ederson's not happy with the defenders. Mangala was out of position there. Mangala got absolutely left for dead. Nathan Ake came in, but wasn't able to cut the angle off. Keeper's ball, that's a little bit better. Here comes Ederson, doing one of his runs, and that wasn't good. That was not good. Ball comes wide, here's Bernardo Silva. Plays it inside. Here comes Foden. And that's a great ball. Mahrez. Oh, he waited too long. Aguero. And Aguero scores. Great finish. Aguero had the composure. The ball dropped down to him. Took a touch. Waited for a moment. And it's 1-0 to City. Fantastic finish. Look at that. Little bit of composure. Turned his body. Opened it up on his left foot. Placed it past Begovic, the Bournemouth keeper. I say West Brom, I think Begovic has probably played for every club in Europe. And Kiam there celebrating. It's that man, Sergio Aguero. It's his 18th Premier League goal. And we go 1-0 up away from home at Bournemouth in this first game of episode 15. And to be honest, it's some relief because we've not played well. We're down to 10 men. And I thought we were going to struggle to pick up the points. But hopefully, if we use our heads, we can just see this one through. And remember, guys, we do play on the ultimate level difficulty as well. So there's no shirking on this Man City Fan TV career series, career mode. Here comes Phil Foden. Nice turn by Rodri there. That was a nice sharp turn. So this is better from the City boys now, taking control of it. We've only got 10 men. Walker started a run but stopped his run. Back inside, it's Aguero. I don't know what that turn was, but the Bournemouth player read it and managed to get it. Walker's got to defend. And that's a good tackle. Nathan Ake gets the crossing. Mangala can clear it. He does. Here comes Phil Foden. And Foden there needed to do better with that. Foden's not had the best of games, to be honest. The Stockport Iniesta doesn't usually let us down, but he has struggled in this match. And that's a good ball in. Oh! Ederson there was backtrack. He had to run backwards and tip that one over the bar. It was a great bit of play by Ederson, because that would have been a certain goal. Mahrez can carry this one out now. Surely we can see the game through from here. This goes to Foden. Goes to Aguero. Great through ball there to Bernardo. And he played it into Sergio's feet. It wasn't the best of passes. But that's it. The whistle's gone. And we win the first game on this episode 15. And to be honest, it was a pretty lucky victory that. We went down to 10 men early on. There was a rash challenge by Laporte. Down to 10 men. We brought Mangala on to fill the gap. We obviously then had to take off a player. And it didn't look like we were going to come away with anything. But Sergio Aguero rescued us, and we managed to take a 1-0 victory away from Bournemouth. So fantastic start to episode 15. I'm happy with that. Let's move on, and we will play our next game, which will be, if I'm not mistaken, against the mighty Elton John FC Watford, I believe. And that's a stadium I've actually never been to. I've never been to Watford's ground. I've been to a lot of the Premier League grounds, but I've not been to Watford. Fix the problem. I keep having problems in the team. So this time it's Laporte. So we'll bring Mangala in because he did perform well. And this is where I need to be really careful now, because we've got the Real Madrid game coming up next. So even though players are fit, I am going to rest a lot of players in this game. I'm going to play David Silva. I'm going to play Riyad Mahrez. I'm actually going to play, this is going to be a strange one, but I'm going to play Zinchenko left wing. And this is a weird one, and everyone's thinking, Zinchenko left wing, like, what's going on? But I will play Danilo at left back. We've still got Danilo. Remember, this is the old version of the game. David Silva, Foden, Rodri, Aguero can have a rest as well. It's going to be Gabi Jesus. Laporte's going to have to come off for Mendy. Okay, so we've got all of the big guns. You see Sané, Sterling, Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne, Fernandinho. They're all having a rest because we've got such a big game coming up. I may even rest Kyle Walker. I don't know if I got someone to replace Kyle Walker. I don't know if I've got a right back. In fact, what I'm going to do as well is Nathan Ake. Oh no, Nathan Ake can play because Nathan Ake is suspended anyway. So I think what we're going to have to do for the Real Madrid game is maybe play Vincent Kompany. I know that's a bit of a strange one, but he is still in the squad. So we might play Vinny Kompany against Real Madrid because we're going to be down to the bare bones. We've got injuries. Unless, of course, John Stones is back, then we will go ahead and play John Stones. So this is the second game on episode 15. We're playing Watford at home in the Premier League here on the Man City Fan TV FIFA Career Mode Series. Hit the like button, guys. Hit subscribe and hit that bell notification. And I do want you to leave your comments down below as well, because as we move into the FIFA 20 series, I want to know exactly what you guys want. Do you want me to be doing some Ultimate Team? Do you want me to do a career mode, maybe some Road to Glory type career modes? I could do, you know, somebody from the lower leagues like an Oldham or even I mean, I don't really want to do Salford City because of the players they're linked to. But I could do somebody like that down in the lower reaches and try and bring them up through the league. So there's a bit of a story as we go through. I can obviously do a City one, but there's lots of different options we can look at. And yeah, I just want to hear from you. So let me know what you guys want. And also, if you haven't yet watched our FIFA Knows series, keep your eyes out for the FIFA series. Keep your eyes and ears open, because every time City have a fixture in the Premier League or whatever it might be, I will be doing a FIFA Knows, which is basically where I play the FIFA game that replicates the actual live fixture that Manchester City have that weekend. So there will be a FIFA Knows coming up for the next game, which is Norwich. There'll be a FIFA Knows coming out for that, so do look out for it. And it usually comes out with our predictions video as well for the week, so it coincides with that. So let's take care of this Premier League game. It's against Watford. We're at home. We've got no margin for error. We can't drop any points because Spurs are on our tail. And to be honest, I didn't actually check how Spurs had got on, so I don't know what the gap is. So all we can do is get a victory here. And remember, this episode today, guys, I've got to be honest, it's all about that Champions League game. It's all about Real Madrid coming to the Etihad for that second leg. It's a big, big game. We want to try and get through. We want some Champions League glory. We originally started aiming for the quintuplet. That went out the window. The quadruple went out the window. We went out of the Carabao Cup to Burnley. We went out of the FA Cup. I forgot if we went out of the FA. Oh, we went out in the FA Cup to a team from Liverpool that wear red. Oh yeah, Liverpool. Yeah, gutted about that. And yeah, so the season sort of trickled away a little bit in terms of the trophies, but the two biggest trophies are still available: the Premier League and the Champions League. But if I defend like that, the Premier League isn't going to be available that much longer, because that is a shocking start. Look at that, the Watford man, edge of the box, just knocked it inside and he smacked it in the top corner. We are a goal behind at the Etihad, and we're getting to the business end of the season, so this isn't good. We're starting to let in a few goals. The teams are getting a little bit tougher now, and the points are hard to come by, so we've got a bit of work to do. We need to get 2 goals, and remember, we have got a bit of a makeshift side today because we've rested so many players with the Champions League game in mind, so can we do it? Oh, he's going to be offside, I think. Yes, he is. Zinchenko, our left winger. It's not De Bruyne, it's Zinchenko. He would have been onside if I played it first time. I waited a little bit too long, and that just left him offside. So 1-0 down, 15 minutes on the clock. A lot of work to do here for the City boys. And Mangala's in at the back, and that's another good ball. Oh, and it should have been 2. It should have been 2. Kyle Walker there was left at the back post with his man. Didn't really make a challenge. It was poor by Kyle Walker. The Watford man came in round the back, and it should have been 2-0 to Watford. This is a really sloppy start to the second game on episode 15. Maybe all the players' minds are on the Champions League game. That might be what it is. Here's Riyad Mahrez. Oh, tried to pull it back there for Foden, and the player cut it out. The Watford defender cut it out. We've got to start moving this ball a bit quicker if we're going to get anything out of this. That's a good pass. Oh, nearly. Nearly played it in behind the Watford left back there. The City fans are still waving the flag. They're still cheering on the team. And Watford are fighting here tooth and nail to try and keep us out. Gabby Jesus. Oh, and Gabby Jesus there tried to cut back inside. The Watford defender was having none of it. He read what I was doing and managed to put a challenge in. So this is proving to be a difficult game at the moment. Watford are getting the foot in. They're making it competitive. And sloppy passes like that. And I've got to say, Phil Foden in the last game was absolutely shocking. And I don't want to have a go at Phil Foden because I love Phil Foden in real life. But he was shocking in the last game, and he started off this game in exactly the same fashion. He's been absolutely woeful with some of the passing. And that's another one to the back post. And this makeshift team that we've picked because we needed to rest for the Champions League is not doing too well at the moment, I've got to say. And Phil Foden there clears it to Kyle Walker. Plays it up to Gabby Jesus, but Gabby Jesus wasn't quick enough. The Watford player stood in and got the ball. Mangala, look at this. The Watford players are just quicker, sharper at the moment. It's 39 minutes gone, and we are second best at the Etihad, you've got to say. I mean, that was a very tight offside, but so far we've been second best. Watford are the best team on the pitch by far. So we really have to step it up. Rodri plays it into Foden. Into Gabby Jesus. And can we intercept that? No. Oh, that's better. No, Rodri nearly got a foot in. So every time we're getting a foot in here, the Watford players just seem to swarm us. Foden plays it into Rodri. Plays it wide to Zinchenko. Plays it wide again to David Silva. Can he cross it? Is anyone there? Oh! Gabby Jesus was coming in. And to be honest, that would have been a little bit of injustice there. If we'd have scored from that, I would have actually felt a sense of injustice towards Watford, because Watford have been the better team. We've been outplayed at the Etihad by Watford. They had all of the play. They closed us down. They harried us. And to be honest, they deserve that 1-0 lead. We've got some work to do in the second half. And with Spurs breathing down our neck, this is going to be an important 45 minutes. We can't really afford to drop points. If we do, then this season is in danger of fizzling out, because obviously we've got Real Madrid in the second leg of the Champions League. I mean, if we were to lose that and throw away the lead in the Premier League, then this could be a disastrous career mode that ends with absolutely nothing. It would be like watching a Liverpool career mode, wouldn't it? There's Gabby Jesus, plays it wide. Can Zinchenko get on that? It's a bit of a risky ball. Trying to close them down. We're putting a bit more effort into it in this half, but the Watford players here are just stroking the ball around at the Etihad. Look at that, they've opened us up. Nice play, Foden. Gabby Jesus fires a shot and the keeper tips it around the post. So a little bit better. We could put a couple of passes together. Still not flowing though. It's not the usual sort of flowing football we expect to see at the Etihad. It's very bitty. We're struggling to get passes together. The Watford players are really turning the screw. And look at this again. Every time they're managing to find a bit of space in behind us. And in all honesty, I think what's happening here is we're just missing our main player. I mean, I know we've rested a few, but we're actually missing our defenders. Laporte is suspended. John Stones is injured. So those guys are being missed. And we could have done with them at the business end of the season, but we do have Vinny Kompany as well. So I think Vinny Kompany is going to make a grand return on Man City Fan TV. And he's going to help us out in the next Champions League game at the Etihad. And there's a good ball wide now. Here comes Riyad Mahrez. Plays it into... And it's a ball... Played it into Jesus. Laid it wide to Zinchenko. It seemed to happen in slow motion, that. And that's better. Oh, Riyad Mahrez with the shot. Feeble shot. It was a nice layoff by Gabby Jesus. But Riyad Mahrez's finish. And these are the kind of games where Riyad Mahrez has got to step up. He's one of the main players on the pitch here. We need him to step up, just like in real life. When it comes to the big games, he needs to do what we need. That could be a penalty. Yes, it is. Well done, Gabby Jesus. Gabby Jesus waited then for the challenge to come. Kept hold of the ball. I mean, that was so obvious that the Watford player was going to dive in. I just waited with the ball, waited for the tackle to come out. I thought I'll take that all day long, because the finishing hasn't been great. But if anybody knows my penalty taking skills, they will know that this is not a foregone conclusion. And I'm going to go with Riyad Mahrez. And that is what my penalty taking skills are about, guys. I don't know what I do on penalties. I really don't. I need to watch some penalty taking coaching lessons. I think it's all going to change on FIFA, though, the way penalties are taken on FIFA 20. So maybe it's a bit late for any coaching now. But that was a shocking penalty. We had a golden opportunity to get back in the game. It was gifted to us. It was a pretty soft penalty. And what do? Is I miss it. And we know that Mahrez can often miss penalties in big games. And that's what he did there. So, sorry to the Algerian fanboys. That was your man there. Missed the penalty. I'll take the blame though. It wasn't all Mahrez. I am holding the joypad, to be fair. So I do play quite a large role in where the penalty ends up. So that's a good ball in. Lays it back. David Silva. David Silva again. Surely that's a handball. David Silva there, 2 shots. I mean, I can't believe how this game's panning out. I mean, if we'd have scored that penalty, I'm pretty sure we'd have gone on and snatched a winner. But now we're still fighting for an equaliser. We can't lose a home game in such an important title running. Comes Mahrez. Phil Foden. And Phil Foden rescues a point for City. There he is, the Stockport Iniesta. It's not quite the result we wanted, but a point is better than a defeat, obviously. And it's a goal for Phil Foden. Nice turn. Ball was played into him in the box. Spun on it and managed to get that left-footed shot into the corner of the net. The City fans go wild. And we've managed somehow to rescue a point out of a game where we have been second best. Watford have been the better side. And we have been pretty lucky here to get a point out of this one. So let's see if we can nick it. No, we can't. The time is up. So we managed to save the game. It's not a defeat, so it's not all doom and gloom. It ended in a draw, and you've got to say Watford were unlucky. They probably deserved all 3 points. But we managed to keep fighting, and that point might actually come in handy. It might be an important point come the end of the season. We need to check on the Premier League table now and see exactly how that affects things, because Tottenham will be pretty close by. So obviously we've got the big game coming up against Real Madrid now. But first of all, let's just check the Premier League. So we've got 3 games in. It's a bizarre league. I don't know if Spurs just like have taken like a mid-season break, or it's a little bit bizarre. But Spurs have got 3 games in hand over us, and at the moment we are, geez, what are we there? 15 points ahead. So potentially they could reduce the gap considerably on us, and they will be right on our tail. They will be right on our tail there. So it could be pretty disastrous if Spurs can do it. So Spurs can get up to 66 points. That will leave them 6 points off us. That's disappointing. So 6 points could be the gap. Let me just look at the table there as well. I just want to look at how other teams are doing in the league. Okay, so Brighton and Fulham. Yeah, so it looks like Spurs could close the gap to 6 points because of our complete naivety. You've got to say, sloppy play. I was just looking there, disappointed. I'm a little bit shocked at the league table actually, because we were cruising. I thought the league was done and dusted. It was in the bag, and it's not quite the case. And let's be honest, it might still turn out that Spurs lose some games, so we might be panicking over nothing. Let's take a look at the Champions League then. So it's all about the Champions League. It's the 3rd game on this FIFA Career Mode Series, episode 15. That's the round of 16 in the Champions League. So it's Barcelona-Porto. They're 1-1 after the first leg. We're playing Real Madrid. We're winning 1-0 after the first leg. We won 1-0 away. Liverpool-Shakhtar, and it's 1-0 to Shakhtar. And then Juve in Paris 2-2. So a big game now against Real Madrid. Let's just sort the squad out, because I made lots of changes in the main team. So let's just get the squad back to how it should be. We're going to bring in Sané. We're bringing all the big guns are coming back for this one. Kevin De Bruyne's back. Mendy's going back to left back. Ake's out, but I'm hoping Laporte's back. He is, so that's good news. So Laporte, Mangala is coming out. We're going to play Vinny Kompany. So Vinny Kompany's making an appearance for City in this game. He's still in the squad, remember. Kyle Walker's there. Rodri's coming out for Fernandinho. And then on the bench, we're going to have Gundogan, Rodri, Jesus, Mahrez, David Silva. Okay, that looks a little bit better. So let's progress and play this Champions League last 16 second leg. Huge game. Can City win the Champions League? Can we get past Real Madrid? It's one of the toughest of tests you can have in the Champions League. We passed the first leg by beating them 1-0. Can we do the same in the second leg? And that man there, Gareth Bale, caused us a lot of problems in the first leg. But if you remember, we did go down to 10 men. Nathan Ake was sent off in that first leg. We still managed to go on and get the victory. So that stands us in good stead. But if you guys have played Champions League on FIFA, especially on Ultimate Difficulty, you will know that these games are never over until they're over. These teams can be very tough to play against indeed. So here we are. This is the Etihad. It's a Champions League night. It's Manchester City versus Real Madrid. This is a huge game. Can we go on and progress in the Champions League? That is the question. The excitement has reached fever pitch. The mosaics are out. The 1894 group there have been working hard. They've put the mosaics on the seats. The fans are excited. And can we go ahead and get the result? So here's the Champions League music. Feel free to boo if you want. We know we don't like the UEFA Champions League music at City for obvious reasons. It surprises me actually when people act surprised when it comes to the fact that City don't like the Champions League music. It really does. When you think what UEFA have done and these FFPR rules, FFP and whatever you want to throw at it, and all the CSKA Moscow playing behind closed doors, all that kind of nonsense. You know, it just goes without saying that we're going to boo the UEFA music. But I think there will be a time when we will have to stop booing. If we want to become part of the groovy gang, we'll have to stop doing that. Well, here we go anyway. It's last 16 of the Champions League. It's the second leg at the Etihad. And let's get our heads on this game now, because this is a big game. Leroy Sané, great bit of play. Oh, and Leroy Sané with a late tackle there. I think Sané's going to end up in the butt. Here's Aguero. Oh, a little bit of pressure there. Great start by the City boys, but that's not the best bit of defending. And Mendy, Gareth Bale. Oh, and Ederson saved us. Not the best bit of defending. Sané's going to get pulled up. It's going to be a yellow card for that initial tackle. But on the break there, Gareth Bale managed to get away from the defenders. It wasn't the best piece of defending by the centre-backs. Mendy tried to get back to Bale, couldn't get back to him, and then he hit the crossbar. Well, it was deflected onto the crossbar with a great save by Ederson. So let's see what we can do. Here comes Kyle Walker. Sterling. And the run was stopped. Bernardo Silva started his run and then stopped the run, because I was going to play it in behind. Fernandinho with a good head. So we need to get hold of the ball. We can't be playing it around too quick. Sterling's away here on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side. Plays it across. Sané. It's 1-0 City. City take the lead in the Champions League. We're at home to Real Madrid. Great ball across by Raheem Sterling. Leroy Sané was on the far post, and he placed it past the goalkeeper. He had to tap him, really. It was a great ball across. And it's 1-0 to the Blues. And we are 2-0 up on aggregate now. That's a great start to this last 16 second leg. And that has taken the nerves away a little bit. And Courtois there, absolutely no chance. Courtois wasn't even going to dive. But look at Sané celebrating. The crowd go crazy. It's 1-0 to City. And we could not ask for a better start. So this is the third game on episode 15 of this Man City Fan TV FIFA Career Mode series. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit that bell notification, guys. There's going to be plenty more of this coming when FIFA 20 comes out in a few weeks' time. And obviously it's going to be bigger and better with a new game, new players, stats and everything. So please do get involved. We want you guys to be part of it. It's a ball in here. De Bruyne plays it to Aguero, and Aguero nearly got the shot off. Oh, this is a risky bit of passing there by Real Madrid at the back. And so far, we've managed to cope quite well with Real Madrid. That's a good ball to Sané again. Sané is giving his fullback all sorts of problems on that left-hand side. I think is it Carvajal for Real Madrid at right back? He's absolutely getting run ragged. Gareth Bale there with a nice bit of skill, just left Mendy for dead. His speed. Vinny Company at the back today. Look at that, cool as you like. Comes in the big games when we need him. And I do think we're going to miss that this season with Vinny Company. He always came in when we needed him, did the business. And we haven't replaced him really. We haven't got a centre back, so we're going to struggle when it comes to those big games. I think sometimes with Company it's just that presence of having that leader. I mean, the Liverpool game last year at home, that was all about Company for me. That tackle on Salah was unbelievable. It set the tone for the game. Every player knew what they had to do, and I think we are going to miss it quite a lot this season. I'm really gutted to see him leave. I know his time was up, and we knew he was due to leave, but you know, I wish we would have replaced him somehow. And there is still time. We might replace him in January, of course, so you never know, especially with the injuries to the likes of Laporte as well, and Stones. So 38 minutes gone in this Champions League last 16 game. It's 1-0 to Manchester City. The City fans are singing. They're in good voice. 1-0 up. We're heading through in the Champions League at this moment in time. We've still got to concentrate, see the game through. No sloppy passing. Raheem Sterling there. This is nice play by the Blues. Here, Bernardo. Oh, Bernardo there, nice little bit of footwork. He was going to try and commit a defender or two, but just at the last minute they managed to get back at him. That's good defending. Here comes Kevin De Bruyne. It's a great ball to Raheem. Great play here. We've got men over, and Sané could be away. Oh, Sané should have been away. Should have found Leroy Sané, then it wasn't the best of passes. Sané was in acres of space. It should have been going through to him, and he should have been putting the second goal of the game in. So a fantastic half. 1-0 to City. Remember, we were leading 1-0 from the first leg, so that gives us a 2-0 lead on aggregate, and we've got that away goal as well, which I suppose doesn't really come into it, because if Real Madrid do score two to get back in the tie, they would obviously have 2 away goals and would go through. So let's just try and keep it tight now. We just need to keep it tight, not let in any silly goals, because the moment you let in a goal on FIFA, the whole dynamic of the game can change and the opposition can come right at you. So we don't want to give them anything at all. We just want to keep hold of the ball. Let's do a professional European performance. It's very rare we see a professional European performance from City. I must admit, it does frustrate me sometimes that City are so wide open in the Champions League. I think, you know, you have to have the ability to shut up shop and play the game in the Champions League, and we don't seem to do that. We seem to just think we can just score and wait for another team to score. It's like a seesaw with City in the Champions League, and I think that's what cost us against Spurs. Oh, is that a foul, ref? Look at that, Ramos there, cut inside Aguero, took him out, aka Mo Salah style. But nothing, no free kick. Gareth Bale, this man here, look at the speed of him. If anything's going to happen for Madrid, it's going to be through Gareth Bale, I've got to say. He's a real handful down this right-hand side. Fernandinho there. Kevin De Bruyne, it's a good ball in, he's free. And Real Madrid have got one back. That's what we didn't want to happen. 59 minutes on the clock. And the cross came in. And it looks like it's a goal there for... Who's that? Is that Asensio? Asensio with the goal. And it's 2-1 on aggregate now. Real Madrid have got the away goal. So we cannot concede another goal in this game. If we concede another goal, all of the hard work's undone. And we will be going out of the Champions League. So the pressure is on now. And I had a feeling that it could go this way. We need to just get back to basics, knock the ball around. We're still in this. We want to just keep our composure. Here's Fernandinho. Plays it into De Bruyne. To Aguero. Raheem Sterling. To Aguero. To De Bruyne. Nearly. Aguero. Oh, there's a nice bit of intricate play there. Fernandinho into De Bruyne. Laid it off to Aguero, who fired the shot. And Courtois managed to get a hand to that. Great bit of play there. Thought that was going to be the second goal of the game for City. Here comes the cross. And they're holding him back there. I mean, Aguero was being pulled back on that one. And these are the kind of breaks we don't want. Raheem Sterling. And those are dangerous passes we don't need to do. We just need to do this. We need to keep hold of the ball. Let Real Madrid do the work and come to us. Kevin De Bruyne inside to Fernandinho. Plays it to Aguero. Back to Fernandinho. Plays it through to De Bruyne. And great play by Fernandinho there. Great ball in. Oh, it was a great bit of play. Fernandinho with a bursting run. But you can see here we're trying to get that third goal. We're trying to kill the tie off. But we are leaving gaps, so we've got to be very careful because they've got a lot of pace up front. If we leave a gap, Real Madrid only need one more goal. If this ties up at 2-2 on aggregate, Real Madrid will go through because of the away goal. So we've got to be really careful here. Aguero. Great run by Aguero, great ball in. Oh, Sterling at the far post, he had a free header. It was a fantastic run by Aguero. Sterling had that on a plate and his header was really feeble. Oh, De Bruyne ran through onto it and somehow managed to just toe poke that away. Nice play there by De Bruyne. Nice play again, comes into Aguero. Into Bernardo. Oh, and somehow we couldn't get a shot off there and Real Madrid are on the break. We need to try and stop this. We're into injury time. Got to see this one through. Last couple of moments of this game. We've been the better side. But obviously we could still go out. No, that's it. City are through. We've managed to hold on. 2-1 on aggregate. We beat Real Madrid in the last 16 of the Champions League. Kiam goes over to Zinedine Zidane to shake his hand. See you later, Zinedine Zidane. Your team's out. Your cartel club is gone. They're out of the Champions League. I do respect you, Zidane, as the best player I've ever witnessed in my life, but you are out of the Champions League. And Manchester City have progressed. Fantastic result. Really happy with that one, everyone. 2-1. It was a hard fought game, but we've managed to go through. And it's a victory in the third game on this episode 15 on Man City Fan TV. So really happy with that. And we will go ahead and check on the Champions League progress. Let's just see if we can find out who we have in the next match in the Champions League. So let's just fast forward a little bit. Hopefully Spurs will play some games because they always seem to have games in hand over us in the Premier League, so hopefully that'll tighten up a little bit. So yeah, Spurs have moved on to 29 games now and 58 points. So we're 14 points ahead in the Premier League. And Spurs, if they win that game, so it would be 11 if they win the game. Sorry, 9 if they win the game. No, 11. That was right. It'll be 11 points because they're on 58. Oh no. Yeah, 58. There we go. So they'll go to 61 points if they win their game. That'll leave us 11 points ahead. My math is working. So the damage isn't too bad in the Premier League. We've had a couple of iffy results, but it isn't too bad. And the big news from episode 15, of course, is we are through in the Champions League, everyone. Fantastic result. We beat Real Madrid, and you can see here now we have Barcelona. So we will be playing Barcelona in the Champions League. Let's view the fixture. And this is the quarterfinals. It's going to be Manchester United versus Liverpool, Atletico Madrid versus Dortmund, Inter Milan versus Paris Saint-Germain, FC Barcelona versus Manchester City. So we really are having the toughest draw in this Champions League. Nobody can accuse us of having an easy draw. We're going to have to do it the hard way, guys. So thank you very much for watching this episode 15. It's been a glorious one for Manchester City. We're through in the Champions League, guys. Do join us for episode 16. Thank you all for watching. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit that bell notification, and take care.